Growing up in Lagos, even then we had fashion. We were always flamboyant. It was so good at that time.
As a child, growing up in the 80s in Nigeria, you see people, beautifully dressed out in Aso-Oke attires and Adire, and they do it in modern ways. They don't just use it in the traditional format, they make it very fashionable.
And in the 90s, we started seeing evolution. The Aso-Oke culture came into being, and lace was the thing then.
Lagos and lace. Like everyone wore laces, like everyone. I think there were the heavy ones that were like guppio-like. We now had the Swiss laces, and then the bit of polyester started coming in. Then we had the very sheer ones that Igbo guys will also make and have their singlets under. It was lace upon lace upon lace.
And then when it started becoming expensive in the late 90s and getting into the millennium, and then people started thinking about, okay, it's too expensive now.
Women were buying lace at such high amount of money. Most of them were going into debt, buying lace.
But people still needed to do the Aso-Oke because the Aso-Oke culture has actually changed fashion in so many ways. So they decided to resort to Ankara fabrics.
We also were getting boxed into Nigerian fabric being Ankara and lace, which is not even original. In the 90s, I loved the 90s because we had this hip hop culture for young people, and it was everything. If you didn't dress like a hip hop head, you were a nobody. You just had to have your crop tops, your baggies, all those stuff.
I think that was the beginning of Nigerians and brands. Brands became a huge focus thing in Nigeria.
So in the 2000s, for us youngins, we were shopping at, there's a place called LOP, Land of Plenty, and we were going there to buy jerseys and things that we saw abroad, as opposed to now in, what year are we in, 2025, and we're wearing our own clothes, telling our own stories through our own clothes. So there's been a bit of a shift with Nigerian fashion taking more prominence.
I love my hip hop culture, but it almost took away our culture. And even the music videos like P-Square, Two-Face, you didn't see anybody rocking Nigerian clothes. They only saw who we were at our Owambes. It's as though your culture only needed to come out when you were having a party that had to do with your family.
The Aso-Oke is mostly worn now for traditional weddings. The bride, the groom, and the parents of the bride and the groom.
In the 90s and the early 2000s, then there was City People and Encomium. That's where we used to get the fashion from. This time we didn't have no social media, we didn't have all these streaming platforms.
A lot of our trends also came from album covers, and we were always enthralled with what the artists were wearing.
2000, 2001 then, guys used to do a lot of Timberland boots, we used to do a lot of Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger. Those were the trends.
What Nigerian designers are doing now, especially with the beaders and all those things, is on another level.
You see that fashion practically evolves.
Now we do a lot of styles, a lot of dresses, mostly two pieces, a lot of corsets.
Where we are now in fashion, I think Lagos fashion is very swaggy.
Lagos fashion, very dynamic, very international.
Yeah. Lagos fashion, it's eclectic because it's interesting. It's a combination of everything.
Lagos is the future of fashion.
Echo for sure.